shall love the Lord your God with your whole heart, and with your whole soul, and with your whole mind. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. When the doctors of the law and the Pharisees came to Jesus to ask him about the greatest of the commandments, they were not expecting such an answer. They knew perfectly the text of the Bible and all the traditions that were imposing from their interpretation. Jesus often warned against these people who were saying to practice a way, but were doing another one regarding themselves. They were requesting the highest of the commandments, while they were not following the smallest. We can easily imagine what kind of answer they were expecting for their question. What is the great commandment in the law? For them, Jesus should have answered by a quotation of the law, which would give them an occasion to trap him later, because, of course, they would disagree with him. Instead, Jesus summarized the 10 Commandments and all the law in 2 simple sentences, easy to remember for all. You shall love the Lord your God with your whole heart, and with your whole soul, and with your whole mind. And you shall love thy neighbor as thyself. Within 2 sentences, everything has been said. Jesus made simpler for all people the whole law God the Father gave to Moses. Jesus made perfect the first law, giving the double precepts of charity towards God and towards the neighbor. Jesus said to love, not to fear, because fear belongs to slaves and servants. Love belongs to children towards their father. He did not say either you shall know about God, but you shall love, because knowledge belongs to scholar and scientist. Love belongs to these with a pure and pious heart. The fear and the knowledge are incomplete. They are not perfect. Love, the charity, the life of God is the perfection of knowledge. The children love their father because they know what they received from him and what it did for them. Love is also the perfection of fear, not the fear of the slave who is scared to be punished and does well the job he is due to accomplish just to avoid the punishment, but the fear of the child who loves his father, doesn't want to displease him, and is afraid to be separated from him, because he knows he is useless without him, without his support. The Lord desires to love him with all the parts of our human nature, with all your heart, your soul, and mind. Nothing should be kept for ourselves, but given to God. Man becomes perfect when everything in him is directed towards his Creator and Redeemer. St. John Chrysostom, the great father of the Church, continued the meditation over these words, and he says, "What is the love of God with your whole heart? It means our heart is only attached to God and nothing else, because any love you're offering to creatures, you withdraw it from the Lord. What is the love of God with your whole soul? It means the full adhesion to the truth in the virtue of faith. What is the love of God with your whole mind? It means the perfect submission of our intellect to God and the right direction of the wisdom and thought inherited from that same life of grace. Here is the first of the commandments, the greatest, because of the dignity of the object, God himself. The first in order, because it should happen before the neighbor. It is the greatest, because who perfectly accomplished this first commandment fulfill all the others in the same time. The love of God needs to go over all our other affections, because we received everything from him. And preferring any creatures or another object would be like an insult to our Creator and Redeemer, who gave us everything he had. The love of God requests a complete detachment from the sin, even venial, because no one can serve two masters. This love of God, already perfect in itself, is explained and expressed and completed with the second commandment Jesus offered to us this morning. You shall love thy neighbor as thyself. And giving us this second commandment, he's offering us the right order in charity. Our love of the Lord pushes us to love our neighbor, and it gives the evidence of our love of God in the same time. We cannot separate those two commandments. The love of our neighbor is requested for 4 reasons. We love him because of God, who is Creator and Redeemer. We love in him the good and not the bad. We love him less than God, but more than other things. And finally, we love him because he is man, creator of God at his image. And not only because he's our Father, our Son, our brother, our friend. All the other commandments, the 10 commandments and the law, are included in these 2. They are explained and made clearer and precise, these 2 sentences God gave us this morning. In a word, the love of God and the love of our neighbor. The love inspires us to do the good and to avoid the bad. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.